Benjamin Franklin had once said, "In this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes." In other words, while you're not sure of anything in this life, no one can actually escape death and taxes. However, what if someday you were told that you're no longer required to pay your income tax as it is abolished in India? Wouldn't that be unbelievable? However, what if that actually happened? Income taxes are the subject of great debate across the world. From developing nations to the developed countries, everyone taxes the income of their citizens at different rates. However, on the other hand, there are over 20 such countries who does not levy any income tax on their citizens. Likewise, abolishing income tax in India is not something that is unrealistic. BJP MP Dr. Subramanian Swamy has time and again supported or suggested the idea of abolishing personal income tax. Apart from him, there are also many income tax experts who have suggested the same idea as to you need to abolish the income tax in the country. However, abolishing personal income taxes in the country would be an unprecedented move. If India does make a move and abolishes personal income tax in the country, then it would be the first major economy in the world to do so. Hi, I'm Namita Pandey. Welcome to IndianMoney.com, and in this video, we'll try and understand as to whether India can ever abolish income tax and what are the possibilities to do so. So before going to that, let us first understand that in our country, broadly, there are two types of taxes. That is direct tax and indirect tax. Direct taxes are those taxes that you directly pay to the government. It consists of corporate tax, capital gains tax, property tax, income tax, etc. On the other hand, indirect taxes are those taxes that you indirectly pay to the government, like the other ways. For example, your GST, custom duties, excise duties, value-added tax, etc. As of the 2020 data available, of the total 1.3 billion population, only about 1.46 crore people are actually paying the income tax. In our country, the rich people do not want to pay any tax, and they often find ways and loopholes to save their money and not pay taxes. On the other hand, our country has a majority of poor people who therefore does not need to pay any tax. So in the end, it is only the middle class salaried individual who is actually paying the income tax. And it is this demographic that is driving the India's growth. So with this being said, we'll now look at the advantages of abolishing the income tax. According to the tax experts, the abolishment of the income tax will surely increase the disposable income available to the taxpayers. And they in return will use this money in say savings, or they'll spend or in investments. So this will ensure that the money circulates within the market, and this will eventually benefit many companies and the overall economy. So what the government loses on direct tax front will make it up on the indirect taxes like GST, collecting GST, as people consume more. And as people consume more, companies are more likely to generate more income and profit, and thereby they will pay more corporate income taxes. The other advantage is that, say suppose a person does not want to pay tax and want to save its black money. So if there is no income tax, if the person does not have to file their ITR, then this black money will automatically convert to white, and they can easily spend that or save or invest that money. Also, the person can deposit his black money in the banks. So if any money comes to the banks as legitimate deposit, it will ultimately increase money supply and the productivity also. And this will in return significantly increase the lending capacity of the banks. Lastly, if personal income tax is removed, then somewhere around 6.32 crore people will be free from the burden of filing ITR. Income tax regulations requires a person to submit and maintain their returns and records. So if IT is removed or abolished, then it will ultimately save a lot of money and time of both citizens as well as the government. So all of these theories of abolishing income tax is quite attractive, but the practical implementation of it has not been done in the past. So this then arises the question, what is actually stopping India from abolishing income tax? So with this question, we'll now look at what are the disadvantages of abolishing income tax. So in the year 2020-2021, the government had expected to collect 6.25 lakh crore in the form of personal income tax. This is around 26% of the total taxes that the government expected to collect. Obviously, this presumption was done before the pandemic had hit the country. So if the government does away with the income taxes, then it would lose nearly a fourth of its revenue directly. So here, if we argue that there are countries who does not levy any income tax on their citizens, then let me tell you that these countries are cash rich and resource rich countries or economies that are much smaller than India. So in the world, there are no such large economies who do not levy any income tax on their citizens. Even great economies like the US, the UK's also levy income tax charges on their citizens. The other such disadvantage of abolishing income tax is that it will increase the existing income disparity in the society, where the higher class or the upper class people will continue to save and invest, whereas there will be no money for the government to launch welfare schemes for the poor. So these were some of the possibilities as to why you should abolish income tax or why you should not abolish income tax. Like many other countries like UAE, Qatar, if India does choose or switches to abolishing income tax, then the government has to look at different ways through which it can collect tax. Maybe corporate tax, GST, etc. So guys, this was all about favoring the abolition of income tax or not favoring the abolition of income tax. Also feel free to share your idea in the comment section below as to what you think about this concept. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we post the next video. Also, if you want to learn or know more about finance, taxation, business, or anything to do with agriculture, then don't forget to click the link below in the description box and download the Financial Freedom app right now. Thank you for watching IndianMoney.com. Get wise and break free.